Today, I want us to talk about forgiveness. And forgiveness is one of the most hailed things in the world. Most of the monks, most of the gurus in self development and self motivation hail forgiveness so much. But I want to talk about it from a personal point of view and also from a personal experience. A few years ago, I decided to embark on a journey of forgiveness. And I didn't know what I was doing really, but I just wanted to embark on this journey and maximize its very full potential and take all the advantages and the goodies that would come out from the act of forgiving. The urge of me embarking on this journey was triggered by a video I watched from Sky. And I watched a video on a channel whereby she had a chance to interact and interview one of the world's millionaires, self-made millionaires. And he said his epiphany, his aha moment was when he decided to forgive everyone that had hurt him. It's not what he had done that he was trying to forgive, but rather the people that had hurt him in any way or form in his life that he wanted to forgive. Can you imagine how hard it is to forgive someone who made you go through hell for whatever period of time they did? Saying sorry, and if you have a chance to go to them, you go ahead and ask them for forgiveness for hurting you. It is not easy. But few years ago, that is like 2 years ago, I decided to do the same. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I felt like there was a need as a person to do things differently. I needed to pursue something different because everything else was not working. I had tried everything else and nothing was working in my life. And fast forward, I can't say much worked until last year when I decided to forgive the very people who hurt me the most, and those are my family. A backstory, just so that you can connect the dots. I went through a lot of abuse under the hands of my grandmother. My grandmother was one of the evil grannies that people talk about. It was too unfortunate for me that I had to go through whatever I went through in her hands. That story aside, as we all know, I am always doing a lot of healing. I'm doing a lot of healing on myself because if I need to make change, if I need to become a different person, if I need to become a better person, if I need to approach life in a different way from what I've seen the people in my life approach life like, then I need to be doing things in a different way. Last year, I took it seriously and I decided that I had to let that go. And fast forward, last week, I had an epiphany on my way to work. And I thought, the real deal is forgiveness, honestly. Forgiveness must be one of the many attributes, the greatest to speak of, that someone can give to themselves. It's one of the many attributes or the few attributes a person can gift to themselves. And I looked at how things started changing immediately when I let go of the very people that hurt me the most. How things started taking a new turn, how tables turned, and how it's like I went into this new world and I didn't feel the heaviness of pain anymore. I was not masking bitterness with a face full of happiness. I was not masking pain. I was not masking hurt. And I wasn't masking any sort of vengeance. I didn't have any nerve that carried vengeance in me. And as I continued to think about it and have an introspective moment about it, I thought, imagine carrying so much pain, so much bitterness, so much hurt, and your heart is heavy because someone hurt you 20 years ago. How much more load can I take? And it's not guaranteed that I'm not gonna face any hurt in the future. It must be really unfair to myself, not to anybody else, to myself, because all this pain, angriness and pain and hate that I have for the people that hurt me despite the fact that I was young and I didn't deserve whatever happened to me. I was a child. And the only thing that I needed to be a child. I needed to live. I needed to survive. I needed to be a child. And those people robbed me a chance to be a child. Despite all that, imagine carrying that much pain, and yet the person that hurt me is no longer with us. Imagine having so much unforgiveness in my heart, in my soul, and yet the person that made me to be this way, made me to have so much unforgiveness in my heart towards them, is no longer alive. And they don't know what is happening to me now that they are dead, now that they are gone. Because we are told as Christians that the living and the dead do not have any connections. So I am living my life 20 years later. I'm living my life with a lot of burden in my heart. And yet that person is not here. So there is no hope for me to get an apology. There is no hope for me. Someone is going to take responsibility and be accountable for what happened to me under their care, under their watch. How much unfairness is that to myself? And so today I wanted to do this short video to encourage all of us that they did what they did to you, but then it is up to you to forgive those people who hurt you, no matter how much hurt that was. It is on them. What happened to you, what they did to you, it is not up to you. It is up to them. That is their own burden. That is their own baggage. But whatever you do with that hurt, how you live after that hurt, the reaction that you give to what they did to you, the forgiveness that you owe to yourself and to them is up to you. And forgiveness, one thing that I have learned is that forgiveness does not mean also, forgiveness that does not mean tolerating the people that hurt you, the environments that caused you pain, the environments that changed your heart and made it hard and made it bitter, made it to have so much burden in it. Once you forgive, you don't have to interact. You don't have to be in that environment. You do not need to be around the people that hurt you just because you've forgiven them so that you can keep the peace. You do not need to interact with the people that hurt you. And forgiveness is the only gift you need to give to yourself so that you can move on. Imagine not being able to live 10 more years or 5 more years or even 2 or even 3 months because of what happened to me 20 years ago as a child. That is so unfair. It is robbing me the gift of living and experiencing life fully. And I don't know the amount of pain you are carrying from the people that hurt you, the amount of load in your heart from whatever happened to you that was caused by the people that you trusted, the people that you loved the most, the people that you cared for. And the extent of whatever happened to me or whatever has happened to me does not equalize, can never be the same to somebody else's. Maybe mine, I feel like mine was the worst of the worst, but you feel like yours was beyond worst. It was hell. And it's okay that that's how you feel. But in order for you to move forward, you need to forgive. Forgiving means giving yourself the chance, giving yourself the opportunity, giving yourself the gift to move forward. And forgiveness does not mean forgetting. Just because I forgave my late grandmother does not mean that I forgot everything that she did to me. That's our encouragement today. I don't know what you're going through, but I hope you find the courage to forgive the people that hurt you. I hope you find the courage to gift yourself the gift of forgiveness and move forward. I am sending you lots of love and lots of hugs towards you, and I hope you'll heal and make this world a better place. May we not change ourselves. May we not be changed by the people, by the actions of others. May this world not change us to be evil people. May we not change our hearts because of what happened to us. May whatever has happened to us or is happening to us make us different, and different in a good way. May we become the best versions of ourselves that we have always wanted to be, that we could ever imagine. May we become kinder, may we lead with love, and may we live a life of peace with ourselves. Because if you have peace with yourself, you are at peace with the world. That's it for today, guys. Until the next one, go out there and be the best version of yourself that you've always wanted to be.